Hey everyone, I'm finishing up this Lightspeed picture for my last rewatch. Let's see, Wheels of Destruction, the fifth episode of Lightspeed Rescue. I think it's fifth. Anyway, starts off. They're in the Aqua Base. Joel is hitting on Miss Fairweather, trying to ask her out on a date. She really isn't interested at this point, but yeah. Anyway, interrupted by a monster attack. They go and they fight the monster. And the monster is pretty cool. It can fly, and the flying is a really cool effect. I like that. So, and then, oh yeah, we get a really cool, like, US footage fight with the Rangers and the Batlings, and the orchestral Lightspeed music is playing in the background. I really like that music. But this episode made me realize how much I like really miss the old The Rock soundtrack that the old Zordon era shows would have. I really miss that. I really loved all of those songs they would have. I have that Rock album CD. I have all of them downloaded. I freaking love that music. It's really too bad that after Mighty Morphin they would never do like rock music during the fight scenes like that ever again. Let's see, we had it a little like with tongue tied. It was all throughout Mighty Morphin. There was some rock music in Zeo and Turbo, and then in space it just kind of stopped. We had the like orchestral music, and same thing with Lost Galaxy and Lightspeed, and it would continue in Time Force and Wild Force. Then in Disney seasons, they would sometimes have like the rock theme song play over fight scenes or something. Most of the time it was stock music though. Then when Saban got the series back and with Samurai, it was I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they would like do the same thing that Disney did. They would play the theme song instead of like original rock music or whatever. Oh, although there was rock music for RPM, I remember. It wasn't really that good, but it was a change from the usual stock music Disney usually did. So yeah, anyway, back to the actual episode. What's going on? Oh yeah, they defeat the monster, and then Vipra shows up in this little go kart thing that looks like Zane's little moon rover. I don't remember what he called it. I'm trying to remember. I know like he says, "Guys, this is the," and then I can't remember what he calls it. Anyway, it's a silly, stupid little go kart. The Rangers are shooting at it. Nothing works. Joel jumps at it and then gets knocked back by a force field around this stupid little go kart. Then they go back to the Aqua Base and they're like dead serious. And Carter is like, Viper has a new battle vehicle. We couldn't even scratch it. It's just so funny how serious they're taking this dumb little like moon rover go kart thing. So then anyway, Vipra's going back to Diabolico and telling him about how great the what did she call it? Vipari? Although some characters call it Viprari. I guess like Ferrari, because you look at a go kart and you think Ferrari. Anyway, Lokai's not impressed, and he has Jinxer make a monster. Oh, and there's a part where Diabolico is asking Vipra, uh, if you were like, if you were so much more powerful than the Rangers, why didn't you destroy them? And yeah, like she just kind of leaves. She doesn't like retreat or anything. She's not like close. They're not close to finding a weakness to it or anything. She just leaves. Anyway, Jinxer makes a new monster. It's an elephant monster. It had a name, but I don't freaking remember its name. The Rangers are back at the Aqua Base. Joel's trying to ask Fairweather out again, and then oh yeah, she's her and her scientists are working on something, and for some reason he thinks it's something for him, and I always thought that was so weird. Like, what makes like is he really like does he really think of himself that way? Is he so full of himself that he thinks everything is literally about him? And then I thought, actually, it's probably more like he convinced himself that she's doing something for him because he so wants to think that she likes him back. So anyway, it turns out she's making the light speed cycles. He's kind of bummed, but he gets over it pretty quick. Anyway, they go into battle, they defeat the elephant monster, Viper shows up, they're able to beat her by just shooting her until her go-kart breaks down. And it's really weird, because, like, yeah, they use the lasers that are on the light speed cycles, but Carter, like, defeats her with just using his normal weapon. Like, he pulls his weapon out and pew, and okay, so now the weapons work? I guess after it's been beaten up a bit by the Lightspeed cycles. Whatever, anyway. Back to the Aqua Base. Joel's hitting on Fairweather again, and she tells him that it's actually against the rules for co-workers to date or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay. Okay. He took that really well. And anyway, he goes out for a joyride on his Lightspeed cycle, and then Dana is talking to Fairweather, and she says, we don't actually have rules about that, and they're like, ha ha ha, the end. So it was an okay episode. It was a really good episode. It was, kind of, like, really stupid that the go-kart, that dumb little go-kart thing is so powerful, but that's also what I love about the old Power Rangers is, like, here's a dumb little thing, but it's not a dumb little thing. It's a powerful thing. Like in Mighty Morphin, whenever Billy would have a device, it's like just some toys glued together or repainted with a Blue Ranger thing on it, and yeah, suddenly it's like a world-saving device. Or there's that, was it in the Mutiny when they have that like big box that looks like a microwave, and he put the batteries in upside down. Yeah, like there's little silly things like that that are like treated dead serious. I've always liked that about Power Rangers, especially the older seasons when that kind of thing would happen more often. Anyway, and then the other thing is one of the weird things, this episode isn't really a focus episode. Like I guess it could be a focus for Joel. Like he's the ranger that we learn the most about through this, but really it's more about introducing the Lightspeed cycles. Oh, one of the weird things is they use two monsters in this episode. There's the monster at the beginning, and then there's the elephant monster, and neither of them really do that much. I think must be they just came from episodes where there wasn't a lot of usable footage. I don't remember the Go 5 episodes specifically. Oh, and one of the things, the little go-kart being treated so seriously, it made me think of in SPD when Doggy had a four-wheeler, and everyone's like, it's the coolest thing ever. And I remember in school too, like SPD was still kind of popular with kids my age, and like everyone thought the four-wheeler was just the coolest thing ever, and I just saw it like it's a four-wheeler. Like I live out in the country. Rednecks drive four-wheelers around like in the mud and hurt themselves. It's not like I guess it's a workable vehicle. It gets the job done. It's just that it's associated with very stupid things. So anyway, yeah. There's my review for Wheels of Destruction. There's the thumbnail, I guess. See ya.